the BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben. We come to you live every single day at 11:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Friday, March 11th, 75 degrees here. Make sure we get the doors open in the back, or it's going to get real hot in here. Feeling steamy with this market right now. So many interesting things going on the world stage. And this is an extremely fascinating, what I believe, a pivotal time in the world economy. Things are about to get really dicey, yet we're being told that things are going to get much better very soon. How about this? We had the president yesterday saying that inflation is temporary and it will go away very quickly. And then you have Janet Yellen said yesterday, no, this is a big problem. It's going to become a much, much bigger problem in the next 12 months. So we're having a bit of a disagreement within our own administration and, members of, the Treasury. Then we've got all this stuff going on the world stage. Crypto pumping this morning. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. Over not just crypto, but stocks, everything pumping. Like the Dow was up like 400 at some point this morning on news that maybe there's going to be a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. And why? Because Putin said there's some positive talks going on. You guys can trust that guy, right? So a lot going on in that regard we're going to get into. But ultimately, crypto is down today. We had a little bit of movement this morning, but we're back down under $39,000. I think we're at 38.5 right now. We'll have Frankie Candles coming on here in a little bit. Is Frankie in the house?
He was here this morning?
Yeah, Frankie's back there. Yeah, Frankie will be coming on here in a little bit to talk about charts. I will never talk about charts on this channel again. I'm very confident in that. I love that, actually. It's actually my favorite thing about the show. So we'll see what happens. Gas still out of control. You guys having to pump gas. Hey, you want to know something really interesting, TJ?
What's that?
So I went and got gas yesterday. My gas cuts off at $85. Last week, it cut off at $80.
What do you mean cut? Like won't let you pump?
Yeah, like I put the debit card in, and it only allots me a certain amount.
Weird.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
Never seen that before. My truck holds probably $110, $120 at prices right now. And the fact that at two different gas stations it's cut off, one at $80, one at $85. Has anybody else experienced this? Very curious to see that. So Brandon Helmo says they are shadow banning me, putting BitBoy down on the feed and not right at the top. Hey, smash the like button, because that's the only way we can fight against that. The only way we can fight against shadow bans on YouTube and other places on the internet is to hit that like button. If you're watching on mobile, make sure to exit out of the live chat, hit the like button, then come back into the live chat. Smart TV, a lot of you guys like me on the big screen. Who wouldn't like me on the big screen? Go ahead and hit that bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It says more actions, more options. Hit react, and then like this video. It's the number one thing you can do to help out as a member of the BitSquad. So it's called fuel rationing. Oh, the gas stations are doing it, you think? Ah, that's very, very interesting. They're saying that basically that what they're doing is the gas stations are rationing gas so people don't take all the gas at one time.
Yeah.
So very, very interesting. Mark Idaho says the pump cut him off at $95.
A lot of people saying 75.
75. Gas is the highest in California. I know we were looking at, just when I was out there for the Super Bowl, guys showed me gas was $6.50 out there. Before all this.
Yeah. It'll probably hit $10.
It will probably hit $10. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Check out Market Watch here. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. And don't forget, we've got all these other channels as well. Frankie Candle's getting up there. BitBoy Bits channel doing well. Hit Network, Meta Money, NFT Alpha. They're almost at 15,000. Let's see if we can get them to 15,000. Maybe today. Should go check out Justin and DZ. They do a fantastic job. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We'll be talking about this tweet. Let me refresh my page here. We will be talking about this Elon Musk tweet right here. My comment was, tell me you're new to crypto without telling me you're new to crypto. A lot of people, this is the first time they've seen this image that's been around for 10 years, but, whatever. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, 442,000 followers. Actually, we probably are higher than that, maybe. Let's see what we're at right now. Let's refresh it. 444,000 followers on Instagram, growing quite rapidly there. Don't forget to follow Dad Jokes for the Win. This is my personal account, take personal family photos, stuff like that. Markets, let's check these out. Coming out $1.73 trillion, about the same as yesterday. $80 billion in volume, so volume coming in pretty low. Bitcoin dominance at 42.5%, and for only 15 Paraguays, what a discount, you can send an ETH transaction. I'll tell you, a lot of people getting very bullish on Ethereum again. Listen to Raoul Pal was on Crypto Banner this morning, so some very fascinating things. You might be finding more about what he said later on tonight on our wrap-up video tonight. Trying to make sure we're working in more stories into that wrap-up video. We're going to be tweaking that as it goes, so make sure you're coming back at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single night for that video, Monday through Friday, of course, that is. But he had some very interesting things to say about Ethereum. He sees basically there is not a better risk versus reward scenario out there than Ethereum. Look, I definitely agree. I think when it comes to Ethereum, we are going to eventually be looking at Ethereum's market cap passing Bitcoin's. I know it seems far off right now, but just remember, look, basically Ethereum is sitting at about 40% of the Bitcoin market cap. Look at Binance Coin. Outside of stable coins, the number one altcoin outside of Ethereum, it's at 61 billion. It's at 20% of Ethereum's value. So, figure that out right there. I tell you guys this all the time. Ethereum's much closer to Bitcoin than anything else is to Ethereum. If Frankie Candles is in the house, have him look at the daily market cipher indicator nearing end of symmetrical triangle. Momentum waves constricted, getting squeezed. Huge move coming. Uh-oh. I'm looking right at Frankie right now. Right at Frankie on that. All right, let's look at what's going on with the rest of the crypto markets here. We got Blockstacks with a huge gain yesterday. Up 28%. Rune continuing to run, one we kept in our portfolio. Cadena, a 10% pump, back up to $6.88. How sad. Makes me want to cry. Polkadot at $18. Secret up 5%. I mean, some minimal gainers. Probably some big losers too. Anchor Protocol continuing to retrace from last week's big move. Terra Luna down 10% today, is where we'll look at a story involving its TVL passing Ethereum, which I just can't believe. I just can't believe that that's true. I can't rationalize how Terra Luna could possibly pass Ethereum and TVL outside of fake numbers, right? You agree with me, TJ? There's no way there's more out there on Terra DeFi than Ethereum DeFi.
It's pretty hard to believe. That is for sure.
So something's not right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's fake. I'm sure it's, to some level, it's real. But it's probably people pumping money in just to make the numbers look higher is what it is. Let's see. We used to joke about Russian bread lines and rationing. Now it's our reality. That's really sad.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring Frankie on real quick. Frankie Candles, come on in the chat here. You had an alert. Alert.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I am definitely looking forward to the weekend. Actually going to be filming some stuff over the weekend for the BitLab Academy. So pumped to start getting that.
BitlabAcademy.com. Make sure to hit that up.
That is right. Guys, real quick before we start, we are having a competition in the office. So the next channel to get 100,000 subscribers, first one to reach 100,000 subscribers gets their name on the building. And I am the underdog. I have the least amount of subscribers. I just started the channel. So, hey, help your boy Frankie Candles out. And let's try to get that name on the building. Yeah. I would greatly appreciate it.
Wow, that'd be big.
That would be huge. Imagine I come from underdog, just rises to the top. That would be amazing.
Man. That'd be amazing. A true underdog story.
Yes.
No one would be more surprising to be successful than you, Frank. I would be absolutely shocked if you did something great.
Well, that's it,
Bing
guys.
bong.
Bing bong. Let's get it up there. All right. So to be 100% honest, we're going to look at the charts. There's a couple things I do want to point out, but for the most part, kind of looking pretty similar to the past couple days. But let's go ahead and start on the Bitcoin. Not even going to look at the weekly. Weekly's still looking the same. We're going to start here on the daily, right? We did point this out we are forming an ascending triangle, right? Typically a bullish pattern. And we're just getting stuck down here, right? We do have some resistance down there that we're just kind of bouncing around, right? Down in this area down here. We got to get above, hopefully get to the top of this ascending triangle and break up to the upside. However, it does typically, these do typically break to the upside, but we can come down. I brought this up on the last stream. Price target for this breakout would be, into the 50K area, into the mid 50s, which would be nice. That's kind of what I was originally looking for our, what we thought was going to be a relief pump right here. So keeping an eye on that, right? Money flow. I mean, this thing is really just dragging its feet. I mean, this is where I'm looking for this green money flow crossover for a move to the upside. I think this is what could bring us up and out of this ascending triangle if it does play out in the bullish case.
Is there a place on the chart, looking at the money flow, where it goes from red to green and it doesn't get like a big pump if you go back, a little bit further?
So I don't know if I'll be able to find a spot, but however, it is typical, right? I do, I am watching this very closely if we do get that money flow crossover to the green. However, it is possible, right? If we do come up, it's not just off to the races. You could just come down for a tiny little green wave, come up for that little breath of air, and we could get swallowed back to the down, that money flow can come back down into the red, but definitely keeping an eye on that. Now, speaking of this money flow looking pretty bullish, right? We have that with this bullish pattern forming. We have the money flow coming up, so that looks pretty good, right? And if we come on down to the 6 hour, right? Let me just zoom in on Market Cipher B here just a little bit. Get my grab tool here. Okay, so we do have the 6 hour VWAP coming up towards the 0 line, as well as money flow, right? Sometimes when you see the money flow and the VWAP come up at the same time, it could make for a powerful move in either direction, depending on what side of this 0 line you're on. In this case, it would play out bullishly. So this is another, bullish puzzle piece that could be playing out. So that is definitely worth keeping an eye on.
What is a booty shoulder?
A booty shoulder?
Says Frankie has booty shoulders.
Booty shoulder. I like it. Like a
some
nice
thick shoulders. Wow. Okay.
Little thick booty.
You got some thick shoulders.
I got those thick shoulders, guys. I mean,
thick
hey. They do call me Frankie Shoulders from time to time. They call me Frankie everything. Frankie Fibonacci, Frankie Candles, Frankie Shoulders, Frankie Booty. You know what I'm saying?
I call him Frankie Fruits.
Frankie Fruits.
That's what it's saved in my phone as, Frankie Fruits.
Yeah, I mean, I got the easy nickname. Frankie's easy to make that nickname with. But yeah, so 4 hour, VWAP coming down, these lower time frames for the most part, VWAP on the 3 hour coming down, money flow starting to curve down, right? So really, I'm looking for this 6 hour, VWAP and money flow crossover. Hopefully that could bleed into the daily, finally crossing over into the green with the money flow. Now let's just take a look at Ethereum real quick. I did want to touch on ETH. Now looking pretty similar to Bitcoin. However, if you do come down to the 6 hour, right, the daily looking, very similar here. VWAP coming down, money flow just creeping up towards that 0 line, just teasing us. But if you come on down to the 6 hour, we actually did get that VWAP crossover, and we do have money flow curving up, which is a good sign, and we are printing a green dot on the momentum wave for ETH. So, maybe we see a little movement for ETH here, but for the most part, kind of looking the same as Bitcoin. Just waiting for Bitcoin to make a move, right? A lot of times on my stream, people, always ask me to look at Ethereum, look at the alts, and, I try to tell them, although, sometimes Luna, Atom, Polkadot, sometimes these coins just go the other way. Bitcoin's going down, and they're like, I'm just going to go over here and go up. They just don't care sometimes. But for the most part, we need Bitcoin to make a move, right? And it's just teasing us. I think the next big move we could see, if it's going to happen to the upside, is that daily money flow crossover. Maybe that 6 hour VWAP and money flow coming up could be foreshadowing that. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. Not too much exciting stuff happening. We need Bitcoin to wake up a little bit.
All right.
So yeah. Bing bong. Frankie Candles live stream 5:45. Subscribe. Let's get our name on the building. Let's do it. Candle Mafia. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed right now. No, it's good. I would put Frank on my building any day of the week. Let's see here. I saw some comments I wanted to address. Can you scroll up a little? Oh, I remember what it was. Never mind. Jimmy Void, we did get your canvas. We have your canvas. I did get it. It looks beautiful. We love it. We love it. Thank you for sending that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here on some talking points. The Dow is jumping after, but that's supposed to, at the end, TJ, that's supposed to say XRP NFTs, by the way.
Got it.
The Dow is jumping after Putin cites positive shifts. And what else is happening in the stock market today? So are we getting, the end of this, conflict? Well, I'm going to warn you against thinking that, but that's what some people are tending to believe right now. Stocks were jumping Friday on hopes of diplomatic progress between Russia and Ukraine. Whether the gains can last the day remains to be seen. It looks like that's not true. What is the NASDAQ doing right now? Let me pull that up. That's over here somewhere, isn't it? God, Frank's got so much stuff on my dang trading view. I can't even find it. Can't even find it here. Okay, let's see if we can find that. NASDAQ.
Down
It's down.
on the daily and on the 5 and on the month.
It was up this morning. What do they call this kind of candle, Frank? Is Frank still in here? What do they call a candle that's got the same wick at the bottom, the same at the bottom, and a little body? The doji? The doji cat candle? The doji cat candle. So it's juicy. It's real juicy. It's juicy. It keeps it plump. Juicy, juicy. Okay, so yeah, is that a bearish or a bullish candle, Frank? It depends. It's an indecision candle. That is exactly what this looks like, in my opinion. You guys see what I'm talking about here is this right here. That's the 6 hour, though. Let me go to the daily. Daily probably doesn't have that on it. Oh, exact same. It's just the other way. So look at that. There's your daily doji. Nobody really knows where this thing is going, but it pumped up this morning a little bit, and now it's gone back down. And look, this was on news of this ceasefire today, and it's not going to happen, I don't believe. Futures are moderately higher on growing optimism for a sooner rather than later ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war. I got a lot of comments to make about this today. Extreme levels of fear in the market seem to be morphing into something more resembling concern. CBOE volatility index, for one, has fallen below 30 on Friday, a sign of easing tensions. Meanwhile, money moves into stocks. It's moving out of safe haven assets. The price of a 10-year Treasury bond was falling Friday, seeing its yield up to 2% from March low of 173. Gold also dipping today, back below $2,000, from what I understand. Bitcoin spikes above 40,000 briefly as Russia sees positive shifts in Ukraine war dialogue. Now, what does all this come from? Let's see if we can find, do they say it in here where it actually says what Putin said? The long and the short of it is that Putin basically said, like, there are ongoing talks with Ukraine, and they're going okay. Like, they're going relatively well. That's basically what he said. Can we take this at face value? Can we trust what Putin says at this point? I think it's time to start recognizing we are looking at a very, very, very pivotal moment in the world economy, I think, right now. There's been this idea for a while that there was going to be a dual economy, right? Well, what is the world reserve currency? The US dollar. Everybody knows that, right? So what does that mean? What does world reserve currency mean? It means that every country on earth has to have US dollars on hand to accept money transfers. Because if I want to send pesos for euros, what I will do is I will actually convert my pesos into dollars. I send that dollar amount to Europe, whatever European country in the European Union. And then what they will do is they will then convert that those dollars back over to the native currency of the euro. And then that's what actually transfers. It's a big, long process. That's why the United States economy is so strong, because every country in the world has to have US dollars on hand to conduct international banking business. So what does this mean? Well, now that that means we have control over the entire financial system, is what that means.
We being the United States.
We being the United States. So if we don't like what Russia's doing, we can just put easy sanctions on them, because to send money out of Russia, basically it has to cross over business with US dollars because of what I just explained. So Russia's now saying, wait, we just got cut out of the international system. China is also taking note of what's happening and are very tight with Russia. China now is talking about pushing narratives that the only reason the United States is involved in this is because the U.S. is working with Ukrainian biolabs. And I will tell you, I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know. But what I will say is I was reading something in the New York Times this morning about this, and they were so quick to start calling this a conspiracy theory. And when the New York Times calls something a conspiracy theory and uses that language, it really gets my brain thinking, really gets my wheels turning. Is that actually happening? We know about all the, the connection between the president and Ukraine, other people's families. I think Nancy Pelosi's kids in Ukraine, plenty of others, and not just Democrats, but
and just even the logical perspective, right? If you're running a major superpower nation, you want to have certain things in a forward placed positions away from your borders in good tactical positioning. So there's a lot of tactical things about Ukraine too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's basically the border, between NATO and Russia. So,
they can say we're not in NATO, so they're not. You can kind of hide behind the veil there a little.
Exactly, the curtain, if you will.
Uh-huh.
So, for me, I don't know anything about these biolabs. I don't even know what any of these implications are. But what I do know is when the New York Times calls it a conspiracy, it makes me think maybe it's not a conspiracy.
Yeah,
because when they put that tag on stuff, that's the disinformation tag. When the New York Times and Facebook throws conspiracy theory on something, that's your time to actually consider maybe it's true. So we have that going on. So China is now pushing this narrative along with Russia. Are we going to see Russia and China combine and create their own economy? Or are they going to create a dual economy compared to the United States dollar reserve currency economy that currently every country in the world basically has to take part in? And then if that happens, are we going to see other countries start jumping to their alliance? Because they can do it. Those economies are big enough between Russia and China where they could create their own economy that runs counter to the U.S. dollar reserve currency. And this is not me just coming up with this theory. I was listening to the radio last night, and they were talking about this, that this is something that is being considered right now by the leaders of these countries. And so the reverberations of what's happening here are going to be much, much larger than just, is the war over or not? Because now that a lot of the actions that NATO has taken financially and using finances as a weapon, this will be continued in the future, it escalated, in my opinion, in other conflicts. So I also think that, we don't know what's going to happen here with Russia and Ukraine. We don't know where this is going from like an actual war standpoint. We do know that the vice president today is in Romania. She was in Poland yesterday. Those countries are very concerned. We know Germany is very concerned. But it seems like one thing is pretty much agreed on at this point. Russia will not be able to come back into the world economy the same way with the same leadership. Putin is not going to ever be looked at again after this as a reasonable person that other countries can trust and want in power. So he's either going to have to be taken out from the inside, or he's basically going to cut Russia off from the rest of the world, maybe in this dual economy idea with China, and they will not be part of the world economy again. I think we've seen a permanent change and a permanent shift in the world in the last month. I think this is not going to be over quick. So when we see these talks of ceasefire and all this, even if there is a ceasefire, there are still major complications and reverberations coming economically from this. If this were over tomorrow, there's still more coming from this. We will have leadership change in Russia. That will be coming from this. Don't know how, when, or, timeline for that, anything like that. But that will be coming. If you think that right now that Putin is going to be the leader in Russia and we're just going to go back to the way things were in 6 months, I think you're dead wrong on that. So we'll have to see what happens there. We also have, just kind of in Bitcoin news here, we've got 30K Bitcoin leaving Coinbase Pro in 3 transactions. So that's $1 billion worth of Bitcoin that has left the liquidity of Coinbase Pro. So there's some good news. Fear and Greed Index today is at 22. Is this the lowest it's been?
No, I think I've seen 12.
I thought it was I think it hit 9 or something at some point. So lowest has been, I think, in a while, maybe. Let's look at the chart. Chart is down here. Let's see. Oh, it's been hovering in the 20s here for weeks. It looks like for a couple weeks. Did get up to a 52 back in early March. So that was a shot. But it's basically around support. This is support right here. This is for the last, let's go for a year. See, it did get down to 13. That was another support level, basically. Basically around 10 is a support level, and we're at another support level around 20. So we'll see what happens with that. But we also are digging into some of these addresses. These are the biggest Bitcoin addresses in the world right now. Number one is Binance. Binance has 252,000 Bitcoin. It's almost $10 billion worth. I'm surprised they don't have more. I'm sure they do have more in other places. Yeah, this is their reserve. So you can see right now they got another 4.5 billion. This wallet is Bitfinex here, 168,000. But look at this number 3 address. Nobody knows whose address this is, the number 3 address, and it's got almost 5 billion worth of Bitcoin in it. And if you just kind of dig into this, you can kind of look and see what it's done, the moves it's been making. It added 412 Bitcoin at 38,500, which is where we're at right now, pretty much. If you go back the last time they sold, now this doesn't necessarily mean they sold. These could be transfers. They moved 1,500 Bitcoin out on March 1st. Very interesting. The price was around 44,000, basically the high for the last couple of months. They did sell. Look back here. You can continue going down here and see they added a bunch. If you go back to December, they sold 1 Bitcoin, but then they had some other sales down here where they sold 15. Look at this. They sold 15 pretty much almost at the exact peak for Bitcoin, 67,510. So if you watch this wallet and look at when it's selling, it's usually selling local highs. So definitely something to watch. So, all right. U.S. could become the crypto leader. We're talking about Joe Biden's executive order. You know, this is definitely something that could still be on tap. The United States wants to become a crypto leader, so we can look at this. But we've already talked about the executive order a pretty good bit. Let's move over to Elon Musk's conspiracy. This is deep, guys. This is real deep. I want you guys to understand this. This is very, very deep. And this shows you why Elon Musk is one of the deepest thinkers of our time, for sure. Elon Musk has a conspiracy theory about Satoshi Nakamoto, who created Bitcoin. Well, since 2009, speculation has been going strong. So who is it? It's one of the greatest mysteries of our time, a mystery that torments even the finest detectives. I don't care how good looking the detective is. Personally, who is Satoshi Nakamoto? The creator or the creators of Bitcoin, the popular cryptocurrency at the origin of the big bang of traditional finance for almost 13 years. Wouldn't the big bang of traditional finance be when traditional finance began?
Yeah,
I don't think that really makes sense. They're trying too hard here. Many people have claimed in the past to have discovered this identity of Satoshi Nakamoto only to finally admit defeat. Elon Musk, the whimsical CEO of Tesla, so whimsical, and SpaceX, has once again revived the rumors, reactivated all the budding detectives on the internet. The billionaire thus posted on his Twitter account on Wednesday a meme from 2017. This meme shows that the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto is an assemblage of letters from the names of 4 electronic companies: Samsung, Toshiba, Nakamichi, everybody loves Nakamichi, and Motorola. Musk doesn't add any words or say what message he wants to get across. We are therefore left to speculate. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this coming. This is Satoshi Nakamoto. Samsung, you create terrible phones that do not allow blue texts in text groups. And I hate you for that. But what I will say is, thank you for creating Bitcoin, Samsung. Toshiba, I don't even really know what you make. Maybe TVs. Yeah. I think you make TVs. But let me tell you, you have stolen the screen of my heart as you have created Bitcoin. Nakamichi, I think this is a type of sushi. I want you to know that I would fillet you for creating Bitcoin. Thank you. Would you fillet sushi? Now you cut it. Sure. Motorola. What were you going to say, Tisha?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Motorola, creator of the chirp phone in the early 2000s, late 90s. Chirp, chirp. Good job, Motorola. We salute you for not only creating the chirp, but for chirping out decentralized money. You truly are great. This is really stupid, guys. This has been around for a long time. And the fact they're writing a story about this, saying like this is some kind of new thing, like, oh, it's a new conspiracy theory. This is just something stupid. He posted it for engagement, and it worked. And here we are talking about it. Who is Satoshi? Who is Satoshi? Satoshi most likely Hal Finney. That's most likely who the originator of it is. Cypherpunks are the people that were behind the whole thing. Julian Assange, involved in that. Craig Wright, much as you hate him, involved in that. Adam Back, probably involved in that. So we pretty much know who the main players around that are. Dave Kleiman probably had something to do with it. This is not one person that created this, but if you look at the evidence is very strong that Hal Finney, in my opinion, is definitely the number one candidate to be Satoshi. But most likely multiple people were involved in the creation of this. I think Craig Wright was on the very inner circle of the people that created Bitcoin. That's why he says he's Satoshi, because he knows that Hal Finney is dead and Hal Finney was the creator, and no one can refute internally that Craig Wright is not Satoshi. Like, no one like Satoshi himself can't come out and say it because he's dead. And Craig Wright knows that. Then that makes the most sense logically if you look at his story and all the lawsuits, why he's so adamant. No one can unequivocally come out and say he is not Satoshi, even though all you would have to do is send the Bitcoin, which you'll never do. But did that just happen? Interesting. Over 20 million in Bitcoin suddenly moves after lying low since 2010.
Yeah, I saw this.
Wow, this is sketch. A long dormant Bitcoin whale has emerged after more than a decade of inactivity, according to Whalebot tracking Whale Alert. Whale Alert finds that the address, which was last active in October of 2010, recently moved 489 Bitcoin worth 20 million at time of transfer. How much was that Bitcoin worth, TJ, in October of 2010 per Bitcoin?
How much Bitcoin was it?
Well, just how much was one Bitcoin in October 2010? Don't look it up. I know the answer. I'm just seeing if you can guess.
Oh, in 2010, It would have been under. I mean, it was 2013 when it was getting between $10 and $100. So it would have been cents, right?
Yep, 17 cents.
Yeah,
17 cents. Pretty crazy. Somebody said, are people hacking into these dormant wallets? Can't really hack into a Bitcoin wallet. If you could, then that would make cryptocurrency worthless.
Most likely it's people. I think it was said it was like $50 at the time that they walked away from it. So a lot of times these are just dust wallets that get left and forgotten. It was $50 back in 2010, and now it's, millions.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is trading at a price of about 17 cents. It surged a staggering 23 million% since then. Public speculation tends to spark after large dormant Bitcoin wallets come alive. Satoshi's whereabouts remain unknown. That is until today, when Elon Musk unmasked Satoshi Nakamoto as Samsung, Toshiba, Nakamichi, and Motorola. So cool. Let's see. Several months ago, Bitcoin or blockchain researcher Sergio Lerner estimated Satoshi mined about 1.1 million Bitcoin, which could be worth over a whopping $40 billion of Bitcoin's current price. Now, this is not actually true. The more accurate number is 600,000, by the way. Everybody's been pushing this 1 million, 1.1 million. But if you actually do, I can't remember what they call it, but there's a very specific kind of analysis that they've done to all of the Satoshi wallets. And they discovered that there were actually some of the Bitcoin they had originally attributed to Satoshi, most likely mined on another machine that was someone else. So they think the estimate is somewhere between 600 and 900,000 Bitcoin that's more accurate. So 1.1 million is generally the number you hear, but that's been in play for a long time. It's actually not true. So I want to give you guys the most accurate information. Ethereum 2.0. Like I said, Raoul Pal was on Crypto Banner this morning talking about Ethereum and why he believes it's the number one bet that you can make in crypto, period, is Ethereum. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the best performing. Certainly, you'll find another coin out there that will outperform the X's Ethereum will do over the next several years, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But when you consider the risk versus reward factor, there's nothing better than Ethereum to invest in out there, according to him. So Ripple's staff was half of Satoshi. I don't know if that's true. Could be some people there involved in it. Some people think David Schwartz was involved in it. I don't think that's true, though. Over 10 million Ether is now locked on Ethereum's ETH 2.0 staking contract ahead of a planned upgrade to a proof-of-stake blockchain. Data from analytics tool Dune Analytics show. Landmark figure was reached nearly 15 months after ETH 2.0 staking went live in November. ETH 2.0 is the Ethereum network's multi-stage shift to a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, which validates transactions using nodes run by stakers. This is in favor of the current proof-of-work design, which relies on centralized entities called miners for validating transactions on the network. Current design has resulted in a slow and expensive network, with fees reaching exorbitant prices of $250 and above during periods of congestion. The ETH 2.0 deposit contract initially required 524,000 Ether to launch. 67,000 unique depositors have done this. Now, Raul this morning was saying that he believes that ETH 2.0 will be fully launched by the summer. You think that's true?
I mean, seems optimistic. They haven't really been ahead of any deadlines yet. I mean, he might know something we don't, though. I don't know.
Maybe. But I would tell you this, the general rule when betting on Ethereum is when they give you a date for something, take the over.
Did he say why he thought that?
No, he didn't say that. He just said that he thinks that it,
When are they even anticipating that? The dev team?
You know what? It's hard to know because there's so many different steps to it.
Yeah.
That, what does that mean it's fully launched? Like the staking's already launched, before ETH 2.0 is 100% launched, I say it's going to be years. So I don't know what level he's talking about, what's part on the roadmap. So yeah, big statement though.
Mm-hmm. But I tend to agree about big upside, low downside. Like a lot of people asking me right now if they're new, like, hey, everything's down. I'm looking to get involved in something. I'm willing to get involved in at this level, even if things go lower. What should I look at? I generally say Ethereum for most people that are new to the space because, you still have upside gains, but there's a much lower downside compared to a lot of the other stuff that's out there.
Okay, and then we had this tweet here from CryptoGucci.eth, at CryptoGucci. No idea who this guy is. 24,000 followers, decent amount. Price is king, like that. Past 24 hours in Ethereum, a quick thread. Over 10 million ETH have been deposited in the Ethereum deposit contract. Here's some charts for you guys. You see that. Goldman Sachs is looking into offering Ethereum and crypto to clients in the form of bilateral options. Over $5 billion worth of ETH has been burned since EIP 1559 went live. Ethereum Layer 2 developer Starkware Limited is raising funds at $6 billion valuation. Croissant ETH shows that Croissant ETH is a good one to follow. He puts out a lot of interesting stuff. He shows that 6.5% of the ETH supply has been active in the last 5 to 7 years. So that's pretty interesting. A large majority of ETH hasn't moved in months or even years. We have a similar chart here for Bitcoin that we've looked at, the HODL waves, how long it's been since stuff has moved. Warner Brothers is creating 6 million DC Comics trading cards with redeemable NFTs on Ethereum. Let's see. Gitcoin announcing support for a Ukraine round. 0x sequence adds in-domain support. I mean, this is really technical stuff most people don't care about.
All sorts of stuff going on Ethereum the last 24 hours. I think it just keeps going and going.
Yeah, it just keeps going. Look at all this stuff.
That shows how much good development is not only happening, but coming. Big companies raising. Wow. Okay.
I'm very concerned about what I just saw. Very concerned about that. Is that, in fact, Satoshi? That's the question.
Could be.
I think what it boils down to is Ethereum is the best bet. I mean, I do believe Ethereum will eventually pass Bitcoin in market cap. It does more stuff. You can see the limited need for a hedgeable asset right now. Like, it's not like gold is skyrocketing to $1 zillion, Bitcoin is capped by its use. Now, eventually, if it does become the world reserve currency, I believe would be through, Bitcoin-backed stable coins is how that will actually happen in the future. We could be looking at something great, something much bigger market cap, but Ethereum just does so much more. Over the next 10 years, I do believe it will pass. I mean, I certainly think I thought it would happen this cycle. We didn't get the blow-off tops. Without the blow-off tops, that doesn't have the momentum to push ETH above Bitcoin. There was a point during the cycle that we did see ETH at over 50% the value of Bitcoin. The first time in a long time it's been, close to that. But Ethereum is going to do well. And, ETH 2.0, I think what we're seeing is Ethereum is pushing ahead. And I've said this a few times this week. Ethereum is pushing ahead much further out ahead of every other layer 2 project right now. Other layer 2s, we had Solana had a lot of hype. We see its problems. We saw Cardano had a lot of hype, and I think it is back on track, but it certainly had a lot of issues as it was launching. It's not going to be a smooth ride for anything to pass Ethereum, and especially when you see Ethereum has a much bigger developer community than, I think Ethereum's developer community, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong on this, I believe their developer community alone is larger than every other developer community combined. That's why Ethereum is so strong. There's so much action happening on it. And what you see is when Ethereum prices go up, people get real scared of these gas fees and NFTs, and the volume is down for them. But you see when the market pulls back a little bit, you see Ethereum is a victim of its own success. It's only, the gas fees are only so high because Ethereum's so usable and everybody wants to use it. Ultimately, most NFTs are going to be on Ethereum. Why would you be on another chain when the learning curve is so high compared to the Ethereum, learning curve? So a lot of people have bought stuff with Ethereum at this point. They know how to use MetaMask. You're kind of like level 2 cryptoers. You guys are level 1 cryptoers. You keep money on exchange. You don't really look at it. You move on further than that, where you actually start functioning and using your crypto. The first thing you do is you learn how to use Ethereum. So, all right, let's move on. Satoshi Nakamoto was a small group of prominent people, and one had life-altering info on the others. It's blackmail, which pushed them out. We'll never know who it is out of fear. I definitely think there's maybe truth to that. I would not be shocked by that. Two, or maybe it's three. Three of the main candidates for Satoshi are dead. So, go figure. One of them under extremely fishy circumstances. Dave Kleiman. You guys can look up the death of Dave Kleiman. Extremely strange. Drank himself to death in a room that had bullet holes in it that no one could explain. Go figure. All right, let's move on here. Bored Ape Yacht Club slammed for new KYC restricted project. Well, I guess when your founders get doxxed, now's the time for KYC.
Yeah.
Why not at this point? Users can now register for the collaborative project between Yuga Labs and Animoca Brands, but they will need to reveal their identities. Bored Ape Yacht Club creator Yuga Labs is launching a new project in collaboration with Animoca Brands. However, many fans are displeased by its Know Your Customer verification requirements. Terms of Service document has also been criticized as it allows Animoca Brands to commercialize users' content. Let's see. Yuga Labs face backlash from crypto community. Bored Ape fans will need to reveal their identities to take part in the latest project. What is the latest project? Let's get there. They released a teaser website for upcoming collaboration with crypto game developer Animoca Brands. You have to register an Ethereum wallet. Now, look, this right here, in my opinion, is a direct result of this executive order and what's coming with KYC and exchanges. I think they're trying to get ahead of this, in my opinion. That's why they're doing this. It says you're going to need to have a passport, national ID, driver's license, personal details, family name, last name, date of birth, proof of address. Many members of crypto community have spoken out against the move on Twitter, slamming their stringent KYC requirements. Hey, guys, if you don't like it, don't participate. I don't understand what the big deal is. Yeah. Like, if you're this against it, then just don't do it and don't worry about it. Be against it, Don't whine. What, you think you're going to get them to change it? You think you're going to have some backlash from you is going to make them want to change their KYC requirements that they're doing to protect themselves?
No. Not at all.
Not a chance. Could provide a good opportunity maybe for another NFT project to rise up and do well. Where is this? Do we have a link to this, to where we see the website? Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs received a huge amount mainstream attention. Several major celebrities revealed they had bought Bored Ape NFTs, including Jimmy Fallon, Eminem, Steph Curry. Let's see. Where is the website? They don't link to the website, though. Is it here, maybe? Here is the requirements. You can see what they need here from this.
Selfie.
Here's a selfie. Well, I mean, yeah, you have to do that. So I'm the brewing the website's down. How about that? Let's see. Appears Bored Ape Yacht Club. Blah 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 blah. Twitter handle posted about a launch. See what this is. The tweet. Here's the tweet. It's been building over the last 7 months. They took the website down, I think. It says it's blocked because it's a known security threat. Can somebody else go to this? Or did they take it down, I wonder? That's interesting. By the way, it's not this. So this is it's not this. What is this? A banana? Where do you fall on bananas?
I'm not a big banana guy.
Are you a little banana guy?
No, not a big.
No, you're not a little or a big banana guy. You're just not a banana guy.
Not really a fan of bananas.
I love bananas myself personally.
Hmm.
I am a big banana fan. Need to be careful because apparently they made an NFT out of that clip yesterday. Did you see that?
I heard about it.
Somebody made an NFT of it and said, "Get this out of my account." It's pretty funny. Okay. All right, move on here. Next story. Polygon network suffers from extended service outage after upgrade. Layer 2 scaling solution has been down for over 11 hours. Sure, it's up by now. Layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution Polygon has not produced a new block for over 11 hours. Notified users on the project's forum. There would likely be downtime starting at 5:50 p.m. UTC. As expected, the outage began at about 5:54. Polygon issued an update. The team also assured users that all funds and data on chain are safe. Polygon users apparently understood the outage was expected, but by the 6th hour, rumblings began to appear among the community. Most users have pointed out concerns as the extended amount of time for the outage. Others have noted that their professional crypto business has been negatively affected by the outage. This guy said, "I'm literally unable to work. Thanks to that, could you please send us a time where we can expect the network to be back on?" Yeah, it's very interesting here. Polygon network consists of 3 layers and each serves a unique role. Smart contracts run on the Ethereum layer and the Bohr layer helps produce blocks. The third Heimdall layer is where the problem lies. It's proof of stake node that helps the network reach consensus. Let's see. Is it currently up? When was this posted? This was 7 hours ago. Let's search Polygon and see if there is any new news on this. Polygon restarts. Well, it says 13 hours ago. 8 hours ago, 17 hours ago. Let's see if there's anything in the last hour. Past hour. Polygon up with a temporary fix after 8-hour stoppage. Let's see. It stopped working for roughly 8 hours. A technical upgrade on Polygon's block production layer caused the trouble. Ethereum scaling project, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, they have a temporary hotfix now, so it is back up. But ultimately, when you have these going down, right, when you have projects going down to do fixes or technical work on the back end, you never know exactly what's going to happen. Do you remember, TJ, back in like 2018 when whenever Binance would be going down or Coinbase, like everybody was like, "Oh, they're listing all these coins and they're doing all this stuff." Yeah. Remember when that was the rage?
Yeah.
Never actually happened.
No, just maintenance. Most of the time, so they could onboard more users.
That's it. And people would freak out when it was down for so long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that, it is bad when this happens, but this just continues to show how early we are in the world of crypto. That we have these things that try to get fixed and they go down for a long time and it sucks. But remember, this is how you know that you're early. Speaking of early, some of y'all were early on Luna. It is now flipped. Ethereum 2.0.
That makes more sense.
This makes more sense. And Solana by staking market cap. The native staking and governance token of the Terra blockchain Luna has overtaken both Ethereum 2.0 and Solana in its staking market capitalization, making it the best performer in this sense on the market. This information, along with a detailed chart of the performance of the top 10 platforms according to their staking market cap, was tweeted by the crypto data aggregation analytics platform CryptoRank on Friday, March 11th. Where is regular Ethereum? Is it even on here? Or is it just saying Ethereum 2.0 is the only one? It's interesting. 31.6. Solana is beating Ethereum?
Ethereum 2.
Where's Ethereum 1, though?
I don't think they're showing it because I think those are all, I think that's trying to be proof of stake chains. They're only looking at proof of stake.
Is that what it said?
I didn't see that, but just looking at it, that's what I was.
Okay, this is all TVL rankings. I mean, they're all Ethereum based pretty much when you look at the top. You got to get down to number 11 out of the top 10 to find something that's not. Let's see if we can find. Here it is. Let's see here, number 1 by a long. Well, it doesn't have numbers here. DeFi Llama. Let's see. There's another one too. DeFi Pulse. Assets, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, let me go back to that. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Okay. Let's see. Staking rewards, yada, yada, yada. The news was also published in a tweet. Luna. Yeah, you're right. The largest proof of stake network by staking market cap. Yeah, that's actually true. So, at press time, Terra's stake value was an astounding 32 billion. What is the regular Ethereum? That's what I want to know. Can you find that?
The total TVL?
Yeah, the total EVL for Ethereum.
I mean, according to DeFi Pulse, total, well, that's USD.
Elon Musk is planting his alien seed in many Earth women. Thank you for that chat. Should have been a super chat. Let's see here. So anyways, yeah, so Solana doing very well in that Ethereum 2.0. I think regular Ethereum is like 80 billion, I think.
I thought it was.
That's the number that's coming to my brain. Yeah. Somebody else on YouTube said BitBoy claims ADA is going to be listed. Is this correct? No, that's stupid. That's idiotic. That's low IQ. No, I would never said that. It's not getting delisted from anywhere. Well, if somebody said that, then they're an absolute idiot. They should probably be removed from the internet for being so dumb. I'm surprised they can even get on the internet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, the total showing on DeFi Llama is 108 billion, and that's obviously a combination of all the DeFi, like Curve, Maker, Convex, Aave, Uniswap, Compound. Like, that's all on Ethereum.
They're saying 137 billion for ETH is what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying basically it's
108 is this. It's supposedly dropped over the
108 plus the money on ETH 2.0
yeah,
would put you about right there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So Terra Luna. Now let's move on to Ripple. I know you guys love. Where are my XRP people? XRP. Throw the X up. Me and TJ had a great chat about this last night about how we're so glad that we become the XRP channel. Mm-hmm. He's very glad. Yep. TJ is specifically. He loves it. Yep. He's actually an XRP whale. You guys don't know this. He actually is Jed McCaleb in disguise. You take your mask off, Jed? Sorry.
No.
Okay. So long and the short of it is, let's talk about NFTs. Some of you guys into these XRP punks or XRPL punks? Been seeing that they've been sending me messages on Twitter. Do y'all like that? Y'all fans of that NFT project? I keep meaning to have my NFT alpha guys look that up, see if they think it's worth anything or if it's doing pretty well. I think they got one that's BitBoy, I think. Maybe it's not. Maybe somebody photoshopped it. Ripple plans to upgrade its NFT standard via upcoming release. Ripple intends to uncover additional tokenization capabilities on XRPL, which is XRP Ledger, of course. According to a recent Ripple blog post, the Ripple X team might propose an upgrade to its NFT standard be included in an upcoming software release. Ripple says that its projects continue to be developed and tested on the NFT DevNet. It intends to uncover additional tokenization capabilities on the XRPL with hopes that it could inspire upcoming projects and applications. Released in January, NFT DevNet is a beta environment. I prefer alpha environments. Built to enhance NFT support on the XRPL. Their creator fund, $250 million commitment to support NFT creators, is exploring the bounds of NFT projects. We're definitely very interested in doing XRP NFTs. I am interested in that. I do think it's going to be really fascinating to see when these get a little bit more popular because they'll be extremely cheap to make. And when you think about this, when it comes to XRP specifically, it's very similar to Cardano. I mean, in terms of the community, they're a very fierce community, very loyal. They love, look how well the NFTs on Cardano did. They did absolutely crush it. So it's received 4,000 applications. I think we put an application in for that. Let's see. Ripple strengthens its CBDC initiative. We know they've already been working with England on their potential CBDC. As U.Today previously reported, the Digital Euro Association, a Frankfurt-based think tank focused on various forms of digital money, such as CBDCs, private cryptos, and stablecoins, recently announced the addition of Ripple to its list of supporting partners. Blockchain Decacorn. Decacorn? What is a decacorn? I have to look this word up immediately.
Well, I mean, unicorn is one horn.
10 horns?
10 horns.
Is that in the Bible? I mean, a 10-horned beast, isn't that like something rising out of Revelations out of the ocean or something? I don't know.
Could be.
The year of the decacorn. What in the world is a decacorn? Is a private venture-backed company with a value exceeding $10 billion.
Right.
Like a unicorn, like a $1 billion valuation company, a decacorn is a $10 billion. Golly, I feel like we're living in the end times. Okay. All right. As stated by representatives of the DEA, Ripple was chosen as its gold supporting member due to the level of this is not the Drug Enforcement Agency. That's the Digital Euro Association. As stated by representatives of the DEA, them people invested in that Ripple are getting high. Tell you what. Its gold supporting member due to the level of expertise its team has in the realm of central bank digital currencies. Once again, more evidence that you guys know that Ripple is, going to be banned forever and it's getting called a security and the company's dead. I mean, obviously, if the Digital Euro Association is looking at how to, integrate Ripple into what it's doing, I mean, it's dead in the water, right? Just more evidence that this is so stupid that, that this case is ongoing. Hopefully, it'll be over here pretty soon. Partnerships in Bhutan and Palau, plus active conversations underway around the globe. Ripple continues to strengthen the CBDC initiative that it is committed to supporting central banks. Moving on, quick hits here. SEC rejects NYDIG Global X Spot Bitcoin ETF applications. We have got some shocking comments about Bitcoin ETFs on the show tonight at 9 o'clock. Make sure to check that out. SEC Chair Gary Gensler has indicated multiple times he prefers to see Bitcoin futures ETF over one that holds Bitcoin directly. But Gary Gensler has made some comments recently that make you wonder if he's changing his mind on that. Women-led startup to help consumers monetize their data through blockchain. Chain Collective is a woman-first project. Says they want to change the economics of data between consumers and businesses. That is Wonder Woman there, if you don't know. I'm sure that's not Wonder Woman because they would probably have to pay DC for that. But looks like Cointelelie Woman. Okay, there's Jenny Walker and Greta Menzies, founders of Chain Collective. So there you go. Women doing stuff in crypto. Is it Women's Month?
Yes.
So we had International Women's Day. What about National Women's Day? What about women in America? What day do we celebrate them?
I'm not sure.
I love American women. Look, we love women from all over the world. But, we're big on America here on the channel because we're big here in America. Crypto could be bad for retirement savings plans. U.S. Labor Department warns. The U.S. Department of Labor, they really got their ducks in a row when they're warning you about something. You should take it serious. U.S. senators sound alarm over China's digital yuan, Russia SWIFT sanctions. There we go. That's more in line with what I was talking about earlier today. With you guys seeing possibility between Russia and, China moving together to create an alternative economy in the world to where they cannot be controlled by the United States. That's the whole point. Did you see that email I sent you this morning?
Yes.
That was interesting, huh?
Yeah.
We got to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so.
I didn't look at the dates, but
Well, we don't have a date for it.
okay.
We picked the date. So we will be going and talking to a very high-ranking official in the California state government about crypto soon. So we would have been to the Capitol in Texas, Capitol in California. Doesn't get much bigger than those. Maybe the Capitol in New York. Do they allow people there? Consolidation and centralization, how Europe's new AML regulation will affect crypto. According to recent reports, 6 European countries led by Germany are working on launching anti-money laundering body that will include crypto market and its purview. Details remain scarce. Group is working on the remit and design of a new international AML watchdog force that will aim to cover the riskiest cross-border entities among banks, financial institutions, and crypto asset service providers. Basically, what this means, I believe, is cracking down on exchanges. What that sounds like to me. Polkadot, top crypto held by VC and hedge funds in Q4 of 2021. There's your anti-EOS of this cycle argument.
Well, what was the headline?
Polkadot is the top crypto held by VCs and hedge funds in Q4 of 2021.
That was EOS. Was mostly held by VC. Was the number one VC coin before.
Was it? Are you sure
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. I guess you confirmed. Run away from Polkadot as fast as you can run.
I'm surprised. I thought Solana would have had more VCs than Polkadot. Though.
I'm sure the way they calculus is, they probably use the same people that came up with CPI to calculate this. They could put it in a title, honestly. Decentraland welcomes Skechers, but selling continues. Skechers will build a virtual store on Decentraland's Fashion Street estate. Despite the positive development, Mana is struggling to find momentum in the market. Wow, that's totally shocking that in a bear market, Decentraland is having a hard time moving forward. Thorchain's Rune token rallies double digits, a mid-wave of new features. That's one that we've held on to that we're big fans of. City director leaving to start his own crypto company. No shock there. Coinbase chief sorry for ominous email demanding bank statements. Oh my gosh, he said sorry. They closed my Coinbase account. Do you know that?
Your personal one.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. Because I wouldn't submit KYC documents because we had moved all the money off of there, and I just to spite them. Uncle Brian, if you want some documents, just tell me at Thanksgiving. You don't have to make this big formal request via email. Tell me at Thanksgiving, Brian. We don't always have to be wrestling. Okay, we can actually be. Okay, me versus Brian Armstrong. Who wins?
In what?
Wrestling.
Wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Like strict wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even.
What
really...
could Brian Armstrong beat me in? You think? Canoeing?
I don't know. Are you good at canoeing?
I'm a killer canoeer. Killer canoeer, man. I tell you what. No, I hate canoeing. He would win if he just got in the boat.
I was gonna say maybe swimming. Are you not a water person?
I'll tell you this.
He seems like he would be a swimmer.
I'll tell you this. Me and Brian Armstrong go swimming in a lake. 2 men go out. 1 comes back. That's what I'll tell you.
One Armstrong?
Only one Armstrong survives. That's for sure. So I'm sorry, Uncle Brian. I'm just kidding with you. We love Uncle Brian here at the channel, regardless of whether he's a good person or not. Look, you got to support your family, right? You got to support family. Family supports family. So, Cello Foundation proposes to deploy Uniswap V3 on its native token. Cello, a project we like, not currently invested in it, but Cello Foundation is pretty close with the Great Reset, folks. So no monitor there. So yeah, so there we go. There's your quick hits. Let's move on to what's happening. Uncle Brian looks like he's soft. He looks a little bit like the Mr. Clean guy, don't he? Mr. Clean guy's pretty tough, though. I was
going to say, he looks... You don't want to mess with Mr. Clean. All right, let's do some Q&A. If you had to buy one today, super chat from RL on YouTube, Ethereum or XRP?
I'm still going XRP just because the case is not over. And when that case is over, it is going to get a big pump. Ethereum, I don't know where that pump is coming from next. Even if we are in a bear market and things are heading down, XRP will still get a massive move based on the news. People will rush to buy it as quick as they can. Once it actually gets on exchanges again and gets relisted, I expect it to probably dump at that point. The people who are able to accumulate it before are the people that are going to win.
All right. Where do you see Theta heading?
I'm a big fan of Theta. I mean, I think Theta is a potential top 10 coin. This is one that we are adding to our accumulation list for sure. We do not have enough Theta. Very upset about that. Streaming is the future. If you can't tell, it's why we stream so much here. And there's got to be a way to share that bandwidth and to make better quality on streams because there will be a day when almost everybody's streaming on some level. So I definitely believe Theta has got a very bright future.
Best, top, and safest stablecoin yield platform. I can't speak to all of those things. I can just tell you we use Celsius for a lot of our stuff. And as far as top and safest, Gemini has some stuff with stablecoins that's pretty, competitive, I would say. So that answers that for my Paris crypto. This guy,
Ben, do you and TJ work for the government? That's a question we just got.
Was it?
Yeah. You can tell by all the positive things we say about the government that we very clearly.
Yeah. Somebody said they want to get out of New York State. Any states you recommend that are crypto friendly?
Florida, Texas, Georgia. Georgia is being seen as come to Atlanta. Yeah. We're big on Bitcoin mining here. Mm-hmm. Number one Bitcoin mining state by a long shot in the United States. Why? Very friendly crypto regulation here in Georgia. I think this is something that is, pretty cool. I'm glad we live here, and this is a positive thing here. I think we'll only get better.
Yeah. Wyoming is another one. Not a lot going on there.
Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Colorado's starting to come around.
I didn't even tell you, TJ. I've been meaning to tell you this for 2 days.
Okay.
I met with the Buy the Broncos people.
Oh,
yes. Via Zoom. I didn't tell you what happened.
No.
Very fascinating.
Interesting.
Very, very, very fascinating. Can't wait to tell you that when we get off air. But yeah, definitely support that. Buy the Broncos.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I do think they will be better with Russell Wilson. I saw that question.
Grant Gustavson was asking if XRP will create nodes. I just purchased my first Thor node yesterday. Congratulations. Good for you. They do.
They create a bunch. They just own them all.
Yeah, they have validator nodes. I don't think they're going to be something that you will have access to.
Really.
Yeah. More like central bank type nodes, if I had to guess.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that is all we got. Nakamichi is a global leader in home audio and is also not sushi. Well, thank you for that, Foggy Dog, for that super chat and that correction. We love corrections and edits on the channel when I say things that I'm 100% sure is correct, and it turns out not to be correct. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll be back with Around the Blockchain at 5 o'clock, and, of course, 9 o'clock we'll have a wrap-up video. Very interesting wrap-up video tonight. You're definitely going to want to watch with some extremely interesting news that I saw this morning while watching somebody else. So, all right, guys, that's all we got. Make sure to like that. Hit the like button on your way out. That's all I got. Be blessed. People out.